어, 드린디 zamne yeong shude tuche nimula da bebe kunje nama chula zo da tensa nama ni je tine ne biula yeong pejili suje da sa ne jaga kongor gumba ne sigin tumor ma ji ne larang te Time badanda da shilong la shunge da Darjeeling la shunge Kalempo la shunge da Pyo la shunge Delhi la shunge Uti la shunge da ndrejin da kandamanda chujong doji shuden la ni takwa ne deba jiwa meba yunge didaki da tsabje ne ngala de keje tsikashi ji shiroshi sigido ndresunda nenge tomati da 창하게 tsabji ne dire 초다가는 베베다 여러 초다가는 베베 네 쇼영에 라마 미시레 네 주석이 진다래 네 군대 넘바 기토 넘바 네 주석이 기토 넘바 네 대산 남아니다 단다 디 페사 향에 점네 그네도 정말라 토마디데 대다 잡슈네 잠들 자시들 쉬기
So as I was requested to say a few words on the behalf of all the Venerable Sangha present here today, especially from Serpam and Shugden, from Pelgeling and Segyu, from Tromogesha Rinpoche Monastery and Labrang in the north of India, and all other different people that have come here together as with pure faith in one's own lineage and protector, I would like on the behalf of everyone to give my deepest and sincere greetings.
zamne jeong shune duche saranta dudengi ngodo do tsu ne shugu mare da gangla yoro shuden sobare ne sane Italy sane gi zomire ne ge kasa raden chilengi ta unje chi ge dense de sanla kuzu chama ge ne 세시 슈자성 되게 배주 참마게네 되게 되버지기 is.
So there is not much that I need to say regarding this celebration as before from the part of Lekshe and Rabten Chuling Umze Tenzin Tönsan. They have very clearly explained the reasons, and also Genjan Chugensen, they have very clearly explained the reasons and the importance of these celebrations.
Tene dato ngaratsudi 강에 침부지 올라 마고 달람치니 수수기다 나도지 슈딘 땡기 is 가는뭐 당가테도 수수기다 도지 슈딘 때 참주 지통면 뒤에 때하기 나가라 도기 인세져라 오다 되게 존재한다 그봐 어디서 이나네 시가야 돼 하장기 개침으로했어.
So under a lot of pressure and under a lot of difficulty, many of us have made the decision that, okay, I will continue to do the practice of Dorje Shugden, I will stay stable on this path. And a lot of difficulties came in relation to that. And I believe it's very important for us to remind ourselves of the reason why we made such choices.
다치당 알아서 Dorje Shugden 땡기 도지 벤투 참마기 조조 개치시로 된다 도도 지다 마음을 열어도 된다 님부터 지슈기로 알아서 땡고 준생 가래 디가라슬라나 지담 딘주 된장네 가서 자갈 말에 녜라 딘주 된장 네 라선 딘주 골라 뇨다디 구조자래 라도 지슈된 데네 댄수제 참주 제국고 두슬란 디르진 용리디 디드니 롱사래 다 디들론도 다 디들 접지 남아서 시슈로 와 접지 주장 도제장 시슈래 접지 주장 도제장 시슈도 다 자르무지기 접지를 무질라 당에까지 시에는 얘기 말해스 얘기 깔래 가버렸어 다 르무지 자랑기 지송바이나 네 자시벌 자랑기 깨제 까미 취진낭나 딩예치 그래스 어떤 레진에 접지 주장 도제장라 우조진에 Tima mambo chine direchine ne rikun masumna kumono maso direchine cheres dinga dagan tangbole dunge gosons.
So, first of all, we need to understand that these difficulties didn't start recently. Already in the 70s, when I initially arrived in India, they were already present. So during that time, also Kyabje Trichan Dorje Chang was also alive and present in India. And at that time already started these voices and these words about, especially in connection also with Dalai Lama, saying, that the practice of Dorje Shugden is something that should be left aside and something like things like that. And during that time also it was said to Trichan Rinpoche, look, whoever may say anything, if you say one word, it's more powerful than thousands of words said by anyone else. So please, you say something regarding this matter. So this was said at the time, not once but many times from the Dalai Lama and others to Kyabje Trichan Rinpoche at the time.
Timo Mamu, the region and Comanche by Insunza, Tamatela, Nature Trichan Duji calendar with the Karanabaresina. Children Doji shooting, tengi me, Slavina, Rio Gilobane, children Doji shooting, Yetingi is lang so young grace, the calendity Navares, that you get number to Gambasu, Page Google, Gunyora.
So, as many of the elders at the time have heard that, after many times of insisting, then Kyabje Trichan Dorje Chang finally gave a formal answer saying, if I myself, I am not clearly positioning myself that I will continue and I will always do the practice of the Shugden, then who else in the Gelupa tradition will be able to do that if not me?
There is that digging Tengudo, Taindu that's Suzuki, Samladana Hagora, Marazuki, Namji, Lucius, Chu Lamdun, Lala Pacheme Vasgira, Tidaki, Rio Gilopi Tembala, Ichita, Teva Yungeti, T. Cholo Doberjevala, Lucius, Lala Pacheme Vasati, Tiumber Jevala, Somachigo, somebody Rio Gilopa King, about Children Doji shoot, then think Matane Digimeva to dig it, Tenju Kudo, Kutokudo.
So, as we have often said in our path, that our main objective is for the mind to become the Dharma, for the Dharma to become the path, for the path to be free from interferences. And this is our main objective. So within that, one of the aspects that Kyabje Trichan Dorje Chang stated very clearly to us is that we need a protector connected to our lineage to help us within our path to be free from interferences. And without such a Dharmapala, we can very difficultly follow well our path. And that's why we need to rely upon a Dharma protector. That's why we need to rely upon Dorje Shugden.
Teacher, Nila, Kyabje Trichan Dorje Chang, Gonlo, Dinju Tunji, Tilo in a Chilo Chitung Guja, Dinju Tunji Lola. Marazu Namjin, Dunde, Niente, Chi, Jami Trubi, Sati, didn't say now. Tizuena, did you, that's Angin about now, the Lino about the use of the Miss Sukan, Kyabje Trichan Dorje Changi, the region and Jazona, my injuries, and Garangita, some. And
also Dunji Dengero, Dunchikla. So also in 1971, Kyabje Trichan Dorje Chang wrote this prayer for Dorje Shugden, which is called the Words of Truth, Dorje Tatsik, Kye Jambe Trobeku, and also which is a very strong prayer requesting Dorje Shugden's actions and blessings and so on. So I think at that time that the context in which Kyabje Trichan Dorje Chang wrote this prayer was to put clarity on the importance of us to rely upon such protector.
Oh, the Zolatin Garazugita, Dembati, Garazuki, Dembas, and the Garsana, Kyabje Trichan Dorje Chang was about the Garazu Law, maybe, ne, Nishini, Jamne, Loa Meba, Lamal Tsigiora. That Lamal Tsigios, the Laming is something Garazu Temazungu. Temazuni, Laming is song, Tendati, that Telangoma. Dembi Tang Mati Chagora, Digene, T. Telangarazugene, Dembi Telangarazu Tabzigora.
So, in essence, Kyabje Trichan Dorje Chang has been, and it is, our refuge on every aspect, our guru, our full refuge. And once we take true refuge with such an enlightened master, his words, his advices, his teachings are the actual truth to which we should hold and rely upon. So that's based on that we should keep his advices and his words as the truth that we rely. So when we say by the power of the truth, when we talk about relying upon the truth that we rely upon is the words of our own Guru, Kyabchirichan Dorjichan.
This is the Dembi Tabzajigore, Dembala Dembi Lambda Journey, Pajogolani. Ngarazu Jakati song the Nirichi Jumaro, Ngarazuki Sena, Demba the song, Demba Digi Tela, Ngarazuki ne Tansi to Japan to Tamaki Chawa Tundish in Chalinago. Digi Paru Pajokola Nebata, Tricheva in there, Ngaransula Nebi, Sambat and Trimuza, Nebasa at about Tawani in Yomare.
So it is important to understand that we did everything that we did up to now to follow such truth, which is the words, the holy words of our own gurus. And at no moment, all our activities, our gathering, it has ever been with any intention, of that formally or informally, to harm anyone, to go against anyone. We have never positioned ourselves, and we shall never do, to position ourselves to be against anything or anyone. We just want to keep purely the truth words of our Guru as our truth and to follow such path. Then if someone is unhappy about that and feel harmed from that, that's not something that we can take responsibility upon ourselves.
Tiane Love Jinta Nalende Keba Padenda Tabaki Omajuban, Sivochin Soyora, Dagitini Jisheba, Jinjungi, Jibarajun, Neba Me Slane, Sita Chubujin Dinijin Soyores.
So also as Chandrakirti, one of the great masters of Nalanda, he stated very clearly, once you act with the correct intention and the correct awareness, and if other people feel harmed by it from their own judgment and so on, you have no fault within it.
Dembara Sony, Dembi Tapsu Chigoramato, Tagatsine, Subajada, Diri Mare, Esro. Dirigio is the Love Baurani, Carson, Dijinshi be tuned in. Subat Somais. When you may patient and the page Guanjums, Soyres, take Tandatu Kanga Chipara, Narazu Dembi Lama Chune, Parubula Nuba, Parubula Pobata, Richiva in a Narazula, never your mares, Pena Megi, Patience Nashi S. Urada. Patience Asala Shanako, me Sigmarwa. What in this Tandachipa.
So, similar also another great master called Loben Powell, he also make one of his teachings, he's saying that once if you act with the right intention and the right awareness, with a pure motivation and so on, if someone out of that action, out of their own judgment, doesn't feel happy with it or feel harmed about it and so on, you don't take any guilt in relation to that. It's just like if there is a place where there is fire and the wood goes on the fire, the reason that the wood burns is not to blame the fire, it's to blame the wood that was placed in a place where it was not supposed to be. So in a similar manner, in the same way, when we act based on the truth, with a pure intention and so on, and then if someone have their own wrong judgment and their own way of seeing and they feel harmed by any of that, this has nothing to do with one's own responsibility in relation.
Lama Senyara Jenda, Tizuin, Tanda Chapji, Tujantuji Jang, Tirishuba, Tijela Chapji, Yen Shiwanchu, Kema, Yen Shiwanchu, Tahala Petu, and Jarmijila, Tirichi, come to Masorochi, Isla, and Musu Mashune, Tela Shure. Shubareti, taking Masen, Ruata, Masemba, teaching Martanda, Pezon Julagi, Soyore, Lame Cason. Chison Kachi Dugun, Mison Goson Mason Rogis. Chinze Labor Tongon, Minze Gunze, Manze Rogis, and to do Pezon Julagi, Gadensoyan, but do you the good Batem, but the Kurami, Jendajin, Future. Oh, the region is chatanda in a Degala, Jea Yoro, Tamoge, Hakure, the region and Shejon Kazi Chena. Masembo Yasuta, tene gochu gudo ne sonde da ngogor che tapje gaza ticheya da tene yorosho den soba da ari da tiso kasakala ne dindeji ne lengwe pigoya de danda tisul tugo ware ya kazichi ne shejongchi kazichi shune ya masebachi mutine di shugoyo sonda 다 무엇을 되내러 와다 드리지는 랭귀 피고야 드리지 잡아버렸어.
So, up to 1996, many different masters such as Kyabche Trichan Dorje Chang, and later also the great master, also Geshe Yeshe Wanchuk, and others went to His Holiness Dalai Lama and made a direct request, please do not say such things, please do not go in this direction, and so on. And but this was never listened. There were many people that said, even there was one statement that became quite famous at the time, in which in Tibetan it sounds very nicely, to translate is a bit difficult, but in which it says, if I should follow purely every advice and every word that you say, please do not say things that are not fitting. Please do not tell me to do wrong things if I should follow every word you say. If I should see every action you do purely, please don't do strange stuff. This is like in very few words which was said at the time. And in many different occasions it was stable, but it didn't work out. So since 1996, there was the need truly to come out and to act in many different ways to keep our own position of truth as truth and not to be seen as something which was wrong or anything like that.
어디 다시 예전에는 많이 뒤에 교회당 또 그가 라마가 주었던 소야라 리바이네 미네들 치기 장스 리바지 된다 자 리바지 아주 제 리바지 이내야 수수기 제 토금 매나 다들 치기 예전에는 마디 지마주로지 뒤 진짜 쉬야 요래서다 단다딘 가라주에네 추도 미팅 봐 미리바이라 미리바라 시장제한테 대회장 안에 주고래서.
Also, as it is said in the 50 verses of devotion to the Guru by Ashva in which states the correct way of relating to one's own Guru, it is stated very clear that if the Guru tells you to do something that if for different reasons you are not able to fulfill, you should openly state and ask permission not to do it because you don't have the capacity or the conditions or for whatever are your reasons not to do. You should not just stay silent. You should openly discuss and say, sorry, you request me to do this, you gave me such advice, but because of this and that reason, I am not able to do. This has been stated. So especially when actually when is given an advice where there is no particular spiritual reasons, no other special connection things with the Dharma, and there is within, from the very spiritual Dharma point of view, we have the full right to go to one's own master and to say, sorry, I cannot fulfill this request for this and that reason.
사마게니 셰바나게 준진들이 가라서 수도 우주진도 수도 대고야다 저 사마 디줄라 토고레스.
So this is why we have up to now kept very strongly our own position with a lot of effort.
근데 그바다버디 가라서는 가라서게다 기대니지 짓템바스 그러와. 얘네 주비 템바 네 실레메버치. 잠본 링딜라 코르지시 마동지 보다 내 도야기 제도 가라주기 디텐도 디지기 인스 다부적이 인스고라 다부쟁에 매와 이나고 잘라나 맞은 남시전을 라도로와 어떻게 손장 가라주기 실레메베 땀바 다 젤라만남네 바 주베 얘네 주베 니지기 템바디 실레메버디 가라주기네 마오바나 텔라 데데 영에 주기다 실레메베 템바들 문에다네다 추장마 간주장마 나신도지 롱주야 여봐 디 된도 알아줘네 단다이나 깔리자야다 그래서 상마 딘지 차고 그래서 그래서 메링오리네 딘지네 소수기 수도 되네 딘지 제고야 돼 고바트 따따로부터 디소레야스다.
So we have committed ourselves to keep purely our lineage, which we call the whispered lineage of Ganden, or the oral lineage of Ganden, which means there is a transmission of teachings, of experiences that is passed from master to disciple, from ear to ear to us. And once it comes to our hand, it is our duty to keep it purely. It's similar like water. If you receive a very pure water, you must be able to give to the next one coming after same pure water. The water shouldn't be polluted, or you shouldn't lose the water in some way. And in this same way, if we talk very openly, if we receive such lineage, but we don't keep it correctly, there will be nothing left for those coming after us. So we really need to keep very purely this lineage, and this is our duty, and that's the main reason of why all the effort that we have been doing up to now, and of all that was done, that we kept strongly our position. It's mainly because we have also a very profound duty and responsibility to receive and to keep and to transmit purely the teachings and the lineage that we received.
나다 시에다 계계지 요마레스 히네 나랑 준센다 구바다버지 딘데다버지 삼로다 딘데진데 도지쇼된라 이지 때바지야다 드제 딘데 인이스로와 그망에 이기들이지 디 지난 라주 도지쇼된라 로추선야 조바메스 가사 라주 도지쇼된라 로보테스 생디네 로포티테스 yengi lokchusne jobames dangamon dinchi yeslaje odirichi dangamon wate susu gogora da chidang chonazo lojushenge da tena hagora ngomagi raluzawa chimbolane yidang doji ji tembadela mishenji chame da kande kande chigido tela ne raluzage kalenda wate ti songlenda wate dichi chenayro 이당 도지 지젤라 lokchusne lokbichures lokchusne jobame susugi ne sen deni lu podi doji shodel te nga da kasa doji jijel te dinge dangate tsawani ne no mesungdo te naji ngarasu doji shode dambarwa dangwaesa dangbatila susul senala susula dinzoye bajigo re.
So as this is just sharing with you my own thoughts and how I see the reason why we keep the position and we rely upon such protector. And for me, even some years ago, I have written some verses, and which is similar as it happened to Ralo Tsawa in the past in Tibet. For those of you that know the stories, it's very clear, but making it short, Ralo Tsawa was one of the most important masters that kept purely the lineage of the practice of Yamantaka in Tibet. And during that time in Tibet, he received a lot of criticism saying that the practice of Yamantaka was an not correct practice and was like untruth dharma and was very bad to do the practice of Yamantaka and so on. And he gave one answer at a time in which he said, you can call the practice of Yamantaka wrong, bad or anything, and I don't care whatever name it holds. What I care is that within my own mind, I know very clearly that I am doing the right choice. I know very clearly that I am on the correct path. So similar to that, I don't care personally what others may say or not about Dorje Shugden, this or that, but what is important for myself and for every one of us here is that deep in our mind, we should have the clarity of why we rely upon such protector. And this is what we need to have very clear within us.
Oh, the region that Junzenda, Gubashi, Gunarazu Latin, Trichi, Dujishu de Deng, Dujishu de la Ichita, Tevayang, Chagore, Dujishu de la Ichita, Tevay, Chivi, Marwa, Narazuki, Dujishu de la Soa Melam, Tea, Tilechuya, Odina, Duni, Dus, Tindicheguya, or Tindichi Yores.
So within that, we have faith. We rely upon such Dharma protector as Dorje Shugden. And then, there are many practices to be done. There are realizations to obtain. There are blessings to receive. There is holy actions to be fulfilled. There is a lot to be done within it and a lot of benefits to receive also from that.
Yeah. Dorje Shugden la da todo neba pato meba yore yineya todo tele susulun joma jodi susun ngene ya ane soa melam de Tilechuare, Timagina, Lato Jishodela, told the never years, and Arasula, Tilechuagi, tapped in the Mazon the Nige Maresti.
So the great protector Dorje Shugden has a lot of power of activity, and there is a lot of strength and power to benefit. But it depends also on our own faith. It depends on ourselves practicing correctly and relying upon correctly on the protector. It's not something that is only something depends fully only on the Dharmapala. It depends very much in the way how we behave and our own practice and how much we rely upon.
Tatingi pidawoji ne ngoma jagala chungju juji padaya de shalashe chungjuji de shugin isro ngoma juji padaya de jagala jubi kodla chiru mite ba nyamdo tsabaje ne dai gitune tsabaje ne tamadela chiru mite ba tsugi dai kanil chila ne twatang ne juji padaya de kato ne le songlen de matowaji.
So one example is that before, in the 11th century, the great Atisha, before coming to Tibet, there was a moment in which there was a very strong, big public debate with other non-Buddhist traditions. And there was this very long debate, and then there was one moment in which Atisha was not able to answer to one point.
디 로지디 다치데 참마 쉬우메로 다 참. 디네제데 레마데데 쯔바제데 쯔바데 참 바로 tumba샤고서다. 바로 tumba샤 딩이 마 자갈라 디네제 로수지여서. 디네 tumba샤도 람사 조지 바데데샤 징샤라페 나다 징샤나라. 조지 바데데샤 주지 좀이 고치요. 꾸인 된들라네 소아멜람데. 소아멜람테네 다이 칸네 요새 참마 말로바 콩도 쳐봐. 드리지 총바레스 되게 가라 땡고레스는 가란츠기 라달라말라 토다 네바 요네야 가란츠 수수응원이야 멜람 데바다 소와다바 리와추바 어디를 고고레스 디야드나 닝갈라 조지라 모티바틴 데버도야 통도 요레 주지 좀몰라양 티타비 모티바틴 되야기 통도 요레티 통도 요마 지구 팽미도와 대선자 Titabigene land about the George Pata the Shaki, Shepherd, tapped out the money, but yes, what I used to me. Yasua Matava Insuda.
So at that time, according to the tradition, when there was a moment in the debate where there was like, how to say, a moment in which someone didn't know exactly how to answer and it was like blocked, then they will make a pause. So during that day, there was a moment of pause in the debate, in the public debate. And Atisha went to his room and he made special prayer requests to Aryatara, in which he was like saying, okay, now I am lost. I don't know what to say. I don't know in which point I am. How can I continue into that? Then after making these very profound requests to Aryatara, he received clarity of exactly the understanding from the other side of this non-Buddhist view, and then based on that understanding he was able to find the correct way to win the public debate later. So what I mean is that in the very moment in which started, Atisha since the very beginning had a lot of faith in Aryatara, and he had a very clear intention and pure motivation in his debating, and he has all the knowledge and everything. Aryatara from the other side also had the wish for that debate to go well and gave all the blessings to Atisha, but he didn't get the key to do what he needed to do until he formally made the request. So until he didn't go there and strongly made the request for the blessings of Aryatara, the condition was not created for him to receive such blessings and have such clarity. So it's not just a matter of there being the blessings and from the part of the deity and the faith from the part of the practitioner to formalize and to make such requests. It's a very powerful tool to make this connection.
다 수수기 따버들게다 드리에는 지다 아리기시 침부 아리기시 스지르 마 안도치 아리기시 침부 전세 외세서 디 송문의 여레스 디게 가라서 말선다 진짜 서 마다버도 드림이 틀린 조비 탑디 많이 해버려서 그러다 주지 드림이 틀리더라라 주야기 탑디 많이 해버렸어 소 멜라마도부터 디송자 안에 kunju tuji chine ya so madamna chinlam jubi tamere station da garaj garji ko kunju la cha ya kunju la diendo shapa ya ane kunju mendre phe ndi so de ya de tenda digi tenda res la ndre jine mendre phe ni so da bola bego so garaj la ne danga no ma so na menga no de ndre jin na res.
So also as is stated by one important master, which Kenamboche is citing, in which also said like that Atisha didn't find his method until he made the actual request. So showing the importance, that's why we make mandala offerings, that's why we make offerings, we make prayer requests. It is because in order to receive the blessings and to find the way, to find the method ourselves, it is something that it's not enough just to have faith and on the other side to have the qualities to give us the blessings and so on. We always need from our side also to make the deeper and strong requests. This makes a big difference.
O digedi the sushebar jin ngarazu chamala da ichi da tebani yor da luwa meba kandijila thona ya ne joachi meba tirichi chago re jina zu ne dagi gong shusa so ngarazu tangzi jiba wongchin jeba na shinji 도지변도 정말 끝나고 도팅 나고야 다 그래서 하장기 개침부 시부지 차거래스.
So what I want to say is that we all here have a lot of faith, we have a pure commitment, we are truly have this strong connection all of us together with pure faith.
다든다 말아서디 되든쪽 zamni shuden 되체서 되든 냠도 저 초다가는 냠도 배 냠종지에게 준신 미시치 가르여라서 가라테나 가르인스나 펜제 라땡이 펜제 무엇이야 무트지야 다소소기 밤마도 저는 보고서 무엇이지 때마도 가라제디바 참을 라땡이나 중지지는 뭐냐면 금방저 냠도 사가진 데네 자동데나 콜라땡이 뭐다한테 좀 무엇인 말와 펜제 무엇이지야 다 뒤속에네 준전다 뒤줄을 때립니다 가라서 쇼데 두젠들이 소야 저는 조송 친구다 드리지 나야 돼 뒤줄에서 오늘은 빼마시 야고 참말하네 참만기 땅에 다기 쉬어나시기 참만기 찹슈네 지시랑다 아주스.
So in the name of all the venerable lamas and geshes here, I like to say that I rejoice of this gathering. And one of the important reasons why we have such gatherings is because we need to come to know each other. We need to come to sit together, to share food together, we need to talk, we need to really come to know each other. And this is also something that is very important.
That is what I did go with Junzenda, doing a pen, Mama Gujugodelo Langarazada. There's a Nila, Netsondo, the Rizzo, the Richine, Kalanabdene, Kavasu Sonso. Garazu, Chaman Amazon, Kanchi in the Roa, Kochachu Yores. Timewachi Chamad Rorojan Yamto Dansha and Kochakus and the Chatogo Mares. Didn't I think it Tamsi, Tuzachi, you know? Never. Shokure. What did it? Stingama, Kevasu, Tinjin Kaluma Nausons.
So also, that's why it's really important for us truly to be united. And as in 97, in one of our meetings, some of the great knowledge masters said, like, for example, if we take one piece of grass and we try to break it, it breaks very easily. But when we put all the pieces of grass together and you bind them very strongly, then they become very strong and very difficult to break. So similar to that, when we are all united with the same truth, holding on the same way, in the same direction, then this gives a very strong stability and strength.
Detaboda, you don't get a zonde. Lungo Chudu, Retugores. Tire Langoma, you don't jail Lagore, Conosu Latin, that Denzani down to the Sigora. Motatang it Deva Mevachin, Motatang do the Reyes, Langedri Yore. Nashi is the young Lasagre, yes. Do Tata, but the one at a Dosachi, Tindichin in the Nyamdo, Chawa Tungdin and Lungutula, me, Missichin Algina, Tundun Rizawan in the Marwa. Dear in the Longonat and the Tandaba, Ratata, de Marazu, Lala, Teva Yenge, Ichi, Yenge, Tamagi, Chawa Tundi, Nabi, ne, to did it, Tingi Yusti.
So I feel that in all these years, since 2008, that where there was a stronger division of the monasteries and the bigger difficulties, we have been now, it's like 16 years have passed, and we have really very strongly kept our way. And at that time, some people from outside, they were looking and saying, oh, look at these people, they are just like in a car without a driver. At some point, they will fall somewhere and have a bad accident. And actually, here we are, after 16 years, which is not a short period in one person's lifetime. And everything is going very successfully, very beautifully in every aspect. So I truly rejoice of the direction we have taken all together. And this is possible through the unity of all of us.
어디 가르스나 자와 동대 이미 준세 가르선 지단 자와 동대는 자와는 신방래는 뭐 친구도 지에는 미치기 짜통 말와 다 조시 참 제일 미리라는 냠도 짜는 렐하고지는 짜두고 그래서 디나신지는 알아서 롱원 대비 롱원 딘데링라 딘데게네 다다바도 드리지네 네토야 야지 공빈도야 대소에는 사막이 자와 동대 오늘도 자와 동대 라템바레마도 미치니 제셔지들이 싸워니니 말해야지.
So in Tibetan there is a particular word to say to act together, and it's given like the example if we need to take a very heavy table and we need to lift it up. One person is not able, but if we have 8 persons are going around, one in each side, together we can very easily carry it. Similar to that, there are very important things to do that if we do ourselves alone, we are not able to do. But if we are all together, united, we can do it very easily.
다 마무리하지 자서 이내 다 공개해 버리지로. 단다 지당 제비 니시시 저연슈된 두신 샤야디 가서는 송환도비 라주 손주순이 전된도 드리지네. 디나바레 디기 제바디 안에 강급 공격지에 라나서 가서 공선 된대야 돼. 디기 제바 남아 고사르무지기 섹시 따바지네 자네 제바제여레스 대도마지 잡지 자공도 주장 송문을 제여레스 대서당 가서 제신이 제다 니시다지 동네 손주자니 장가 손주자니 잘 자거라 어딘 자는 자네 휴된 뒤진라 템베제데 하장게네 고지침보 영에 드리지 자거레스.
So sorry that I'm being a little bit long. But also the fact of actually celebrating our lineage and our protector in this day, on the 24th of August, it's truly very meaningful because the number 32 has been very clearly explained in the teachings of Kyalche Dema Gonsa Rinpoche, how and what's the importance of the 32 deities of the mandala of Dorje Shugden. Also in the teachings of Kyalche Traung Rinpoche has also been being very stated very clearly. So that is actually a very important number on different levels.
다 어디서 지도니지는 시번동에 되는 비신의 비일로 인지신의 인지자인의 여러 자이신의 자일로 드리지나네 따나네 싱그레스.
So those that have interest, you can read, or in Tibetan, or in English, or in Chinese. There are things written in different languages explaining about such aspects, so you can go deeper into it yourself.
단당에 강도 시대에 도된 진상 나고야. 토팀보 나고야서 대지나 전화주는 거라서다 토팀보 민도스 자원이 슈메 가서 토팀보 유에피 까달라 때는 거라서 단대 중진들이 중요하대. 잠불리 민 제라 거라서 존나 빠숑 먹고야. 못 참고야. 수지진에네 루치 뇌 여버디 참하게 차와 중대 토딩 진장 들라 때네네 뇽버레스 녜티 된다들 라 슈기스.
So what I have said about the importance of union and so on, at no moment I'm saying that there is no unity, there is no helping to each other, the other way around. What I'm saying is that the fact that we can all be here together without shame, with pride, with really doing so many things and so many, this is only possible through the fact that we have been so much united and we are still united and helping each other. This is the only reason. So I truly rejoice about it.
드레순자 마오바이네 모티네 드레지 나고야 데 아장게 개침보라 드레 나로지 스타마네 리쿠이나 마소나 오드레지니스.
So in essence, please continue always united in the same way as we have been up to now.
네, 사모라 다시 들래.
Thank you very much.